What's up guys, welcome to the first episode of the second season of the MKWii series. It feels very good to finally say this. I anticipated this for a very long time. Yeah, now that I've finished my 2 videos wrapping up the first season of the MKWii series, it is now time to start the second one, of course. So yeah, nothing about this format is really gonna change, but I'm definitely curious to see how the tracks from this season will compare to the first one. So yeah, as always, we're gonna be playing 16 randomly selected tracks chosen through this wheel right here, and then of course we'll rate every track between 1 and 5 stars. Okay, so our first track for the second season is going to be Luminous Level. Definitely an interesting track name right here. I'm curious to see what we'll have here. Alright, ooh, this looks sick. I love the coloring here. Very vibrant track, very colorful. The visuals slap for sure. This is a really nice art style. I love how everything changes colors too. It's really nicely done. And honestly, so far I'm having good expectations for the gameplay too, because I mean we're off to a good start here. Definitely pretty cool track so far. Definitely. Is this right here canon? I guess so, right? Nope, never mind, we're just going through this tube normally. That's respectable. Wait, that's not out of bounds. I thought that would be out of bounds or something. Well, there is some ramps leading into blind turns, so that's a little bit of a downside, but otherwise so far this is really good. Even has some custom item boxes, so that's pretty nice. Okay, wait, where are we going? Oh well, certainly not there. That's a little bit confusing. I'm not really too sure what you're supposed to do here. Wait, are you just supposed to like go down here? I don't know. Strange track for sure, but it has a lot of good things, definitely. Oh wow, okay, well now I'm definitely off. Am I gonna lose to the CPUs on the very first race here? Is the second season just gonna stay like the first one in that term? That'll be cringe. Okay, I want to take the right pathway again, because I couldn't really figure out how to take it last time. So we go here? Well, okay, yeah, either way, that ramp makes this pretty hard. You'd pretty much have to, like, go in at an angle, you know? So that's definitely a strange design choice. Otherwise, this track kind of slaps, to be honest. I guess some of the blind turns are a thing, but yeah. We only got 8th, by the way, so yeah, literally just like Season 1. Anyway, this track is definitely gonna get 4 stars. Visuals here look really nice. I really like this art style. The track design is mostly good. The main issue is just that really confusing split pathway that's like pretty hard to take as well. And then of course some ramps leading into blind turns, but otherwise this was actually a really good start for the second season right here. Very nice track. That already gets me excited for the rest of these tracks. Let's see what the second one will look like. So track number 2 is GBA Snowland by TheGamingBram. Okay, so that's our first retro for this season. We've had a lot of GBA tracks in season 1. I believe the GBA tracks were actually the most common retro tracks by a long shot. So I guess we're keeping that theme up too. At least for now, I guess. Okay, so ooh, that looked interesting. I wonder if this is based on any version or if this is its own thing. It seems like it's definitely its own thing, right? I mean, this doesn't really resemble any version of the track. This looks completely unique, which is great. I like that this goes for something completely different. Bram did a similar thing with Sky Garden, which was also a really nice track. Yeah, the visuals here are beautiful. Interesting that you go really deep into the snow off-road. That's not something that tracks do that often. Also, this half-pipe texture looks great. I love this coloring. In general, great visual style for sure. We're off to a really good start today. Is this gonna be the strongest episode of the season already? I mean, we've only played 2 tracks so far, let's be real. This could go in any direction. In theory, although very unlikely, the rest of the 14 tracks could all be 1 star. Okay, well, the snow is maybe a little bit hard to make out at times, but still very nice. Honestly, though, I think 3 laps would have been better than 5. Also, the slippery road doesn't work that well. This track's a bit too small scaled for there to be a lot of slippery road. I mean, at least it's not everywhere. If it was everywhere, this track would actually be kind of rough. This track probably takes a little bit of practice to get right, which is fine. But I might also lose to the CPUs again, so that's less fine. We don't want to lose to Toadette right here. Let's at least beat Toadette. Dude! Come on. The CPUs are literally teaming up against me. That's not fair. This track slaps though, honestly. Like, okay, maybe some sections are slippery, but whatever. You can still get around them if you have a little bit of skill. Unlike me, I certainly don't have skill. I just lost to the CPUs again. I'd say this track is definitely borderline between 4 and 5 stars, though I will definitely give it 5. I feel like this track has enough for 5 stars. Really beautiful visual style. I really love it. And the gameplay is honestly pretty good too. Just has some really slippery sections, and 5 laps does does seem a little bit too long to me. Still, overall, I think this is a really well executed remake. This might honestly be one of the best Snowland remakes that I've played so far. Although I'd say the version in CTGP is probably still a little bit better. Still, this is very nice and definitely 5 stars. Yeah, we definitely have a quality start right here. Let's see if the third track can keep up to that. So, our third track for today is going to be Pac-Track. Okay, are we gonna have a track based on Pac-Man? Guess we'll see. Okay, yeah, well, this is most certainly based on Pac-Man. I'm pretty sure I've played this track before. This seems very familiar. Is this a King Boo Gaming track? Because there's like ghosts driving around. Not sure. I have definitely played this though before. Like, I definitely recognize this track. Yeah, the Pac-Man chain jumps too. It's been a while though since I've last played this. I don't remember this too well. This is certainly a really interesting concept. It actually works kind of well, to be honest. Oh, this water looks cool. I'm not gonna lie. Off to a good start, actually. I actually kind of remember this track being more jank, but I guess I was possibly wrong. We haven't completed a full lap yet, but so far this is good. I like the different pathways here. It's pretty nicely done, I'd say. Wait, what happened to that ghost? Why did he turn black for a second? Not sure if that's intentional or not. This is only 2 laps, by the way, which is good, since this track is fairly long. Honestly, I think the number of ghosts here is very nicely done. There's not too many of them, but it's also like not like they're irrelevant or something. I don't know why I remember this being so jank. Is that a shortcut? I'm guessing so. I don't have shrooms to try it out. Dude, this chain jump actually looks so cool. I love how it even has no teeth. Just a little teethless Pac-Man. How does bro want to eat these ghosts if he doesn't have teeth? Alright, we actually got first this time. I'm actually good at this game. No, I'm not, but whatever. I'd say there's definitely another borderline track between 4 and 5 stars. This one, I guess I'll give 4 stars. It has a very nice concept, and I like the way the cars were done. You know, the Pac-Man and the ghosts and stuff like that. The spacing between them is great. There are some good design choices, though I feel like the main reason why I didn't give it 5 stars is that the layout at parts is a bit simplistic. You know, it's not really the most eventful track for the most part, like even with the cars, so it feels a little bit generic in like the layout aspect. Though the theme and the visuals are definitely really good. Like, this is a very nice track for sure. Just not quite 5 stars. Definitely very close though. That's now 3 really good tracks in a row. Let's see if the 4th one can keep up to that too. So we now have DS Airship Fortress by Meta Knight 2550 and MKDasher. Well, we might just have another banger, because DS Airship Fortress is actually my favorite Mario Kart DS track. So as long as this is a half decent port / remake, I'm gonna like this. Okay, not looking bad so far. I mean, it definitely doesn't look like the original Airship Fortress or like the CGP version, but I'd say this is an okay visual style compared to it. Interesting that they used the Bowser object from Bowser's Castle Wii at the start here. Definitely an interesting take. Ooh, is nothing trickable here, or is that just the first ramp? I think nothing's trickable. That's gonna make things a little bit more awkward. Actually, this might be. Yep, it is. Okay. Well, I mean, the gameplay isn't off to that bad of a start. So far, it's relatively faithful to the original. It's just a bit of a less polished version, definitely. These fire geysers just come out of like the solid ground. Don't think that makes too much sense, but whatever. Doesn't matter too much. The coloring of the tower is actually kind of cool. I mean, this works well, definitely. My biggest complaint about the gameplay so far is just that, you know, all the non-boost ramps aren't trickable, which I think is a little bit off-putting. That just feels wrong in a game like Mario Kart Wii. Or I guess, did they maybe try to make it feel more like DS? Because in Mario Kart DS, there are no tricks at all. Mario Kart Wii was the first game with tricks. So that could be the case, but then at the same time, you know, the boost ramps are tricks, which kind of makes me think that they just forgot to add the tricks to the normal road KCL. I don't know. It is a little bit strange, for sure. Otherwise, this is pretty good. Very interesting remake, for sure. Definitely not what I expected. Oh, well, I just fell off like an idiot. Am I gonna lose to the CPUs because of this? I might. Actually, never mind. They're still in the spiral. We're good. Okay, so this one, I'm not quite sure. I think I'll give this 4 stars. Just because it has a really good base layout and honestly drives well for the most part. It's just the non-trickable stuff that's a bit strange, but, you know, overall it has good objects and stuff, so I don't have any major gameplay complaints aside the non-trickable stuff. Visuals aren't the strongest, but that doesn't matter to me as much, and you know, the gameplay I'd say has enough for 4 stars probably. So yeah, pretty interesting remake right here. Okay, so we're 4 tracks in. All tracks so far have gotten 4 stars or more, so that's pretty good. I've switched to King Bob-omb, by the way, so we'll be able to see that when we're in the race. Anyway, our 5th track for this video is going to be... Yeah! Nope. Go away with this, please. I want to skip the intro cam so bad. Bruh, there's a baby pink gold peach statue. It's based on the cringe Mario Kart 8 version. Why? Why do I have to play this shit track? This is gonna be the easiest 1-star ever. I don't even have to commentate on this. I hate Baby Park so much. This track is so stupid. Also, I changed the wrong thing. I'm actually on Charging Chuck. I said I was changing on King Bone, but I guess I pressed the wrong direction. I guess we're playing a little bit out of order then with the custom characters. I don't care. I'm just busy suffering on this stupid track right now. I'm gonna lose to the CPUs here for sure. I would not be surprised if that happens. Yeah, that's why. I mean, this looks good visually, aside the fact that there is a freaking baby pink gold peach statue, which is a crime against humanity, I quickly want to say. Gross. Yeah, I'm just getting blue shelled. That's very fair. Why did the randomizer have to do this to me? Why did it have to give me this? I guess that's what I get for having a good start. We were bound to have a Baby Park version at some point. Just didn't have to happen this early. Like, come on. We haven't had that many GCN tracks yet. Anyway, yeah, we obviously lost to the CPUs. I'm not even surprised. Fuck this track. This is getting 1 star. I'm not even gonna argue. This track sucks. It will always suck. Doesn't matter who remakes it. It is a very, very nice remake or port. I don't actually know. Can't really tell. I think it's a remake though. It's very nicely done for sure. It looks good visually, but it's Baby Park. The gameplay is terrible. I hate it. Alright, randomizer, please give me a track that's not Baby Park now, right? Let's see. Track number 6 is N64 Bowser's Castle R by Golden Zig 23. That's already sounding a lot better. I don't think there's gonna be anything unexpected here, to be honest. I think this is just gonna be a regular backwards N64 Bowser's Castle. It does seem like, based on the intro cams, that they turn around the drums, so I guess that's cool. And they also readjusted the boost panel animations to be backwards, it seems like. They put some like extra ramps there. Guess we'll see how well they work. So far, it seems pretty good. This is definitely a very nice break from what we just played last race. I guess that was my punishment for picking the wrong custom character, possibly. Very evil either way. Whatever though, we are now on a different track, so yeah, we can focus on this now. It works pretty good so far, like even the stairs actually. This version does probably completely eliminate any type of rail shortcut. At least I don't see the potential for there to be one anywhere, unless you like clip onto the rail at like the starting line. But at that point, you might as well go for the ultra shortcut. Is this ramp not triggerable? Yeah, it's actually not. I thought I just missed the track on that one. Interesting. I mean, it's honestly fine because it is right before the stairs, so I'd imagine the trick there could maybe cause some jank. These Thrumps right here, they just do nothing now. They're so confused. They're like, why the fuck are these guys driving backwards? What are we supposed to do? Poor Thrumps. Dude, these fire geysers also look really dumb. They're like so far away from the track now. Interesting how many retro tracks we've had so far. We've had Snowland, we've had Cringe Track, we have this now, of course. We had Airship Fortress. Dude, 4 out of 6 tracks so far were some Nintendo track in some way. Guess we'll see how the rest of this will go. But please, no more Baby Park remakes, please. Also, dude, I'm actually gonna lose against the CPUs again because of the blue shell. Oh, wait, actually, never mind. We somehow get first. Okay, we'll take it. This worked pretty well overall. I will actually give it 4 stars though. I do think the forwards version of this track is quite a bit better than the backwards version. The backwards version for some reason seems to be way longer. I'm not really sure why that is. Like, this took like almost 4 minutes actually. Also, the thrums don't really work that well in all sections, and I guess this track is just more fun forwards, but this was great for sure. I'd say this has got to get at least 4 stars. Alright, time for the 7th track, which is gonna be Chill Beach. Okay, so we're out of the retros. Okay, it has the Shy Guy Beach skybox, which I don't know, I guess it's the Shy Guy Beach skybox. I couldn't really see that much of the track yet. What I could see looked relatively simplistic. Yeah, this looks simplistic for sure. It's Slippery Road. That's fine, honestly. Track design's pretty simplistic, but alright. Though going through the skybox is always strange. Seems like they put this track a little bit too far to the left. To be fair, this track does seem to be a bit bigger than Shy Guy Beach, for example. It's a fine layout. It's obviously really simplistic. There isn't really much going on. Visuals are pretty empty as well, but it's not bad, definitely. Like, compared to what we played earlier in the 5th race, this is very good compared to Baby Park. That's all I want to say. Oh god, what was that? Go away! Oh my god, I just got chomped. That was not very nice. I'm gonna lose. Am I? Maybe not. Yeah, the shrooms were pretty helpful. Okay, so despite this track's simplicity, I will actually give it 3 stars. Because I do think the gameplay here is relatively nice. The track is definitely well scaled, has a good length. Overall, a solid layout. And I'd also say there's potential for some good off-road shortcuts. Like, sure, it's simplistic and so are the visuals, but I don't know. I think it's a fun layout. So I think 3 stars is the right way to go here. Okay, so now it's time for our last track before the halfway point, which is gonna be Skipper Circuit. Okay, I see absolutely nothing, so that's cool. Is this gonna be an infinite intro cam? Because these black intro cams usually are infinite. And yeah, it seems like this one might be too. We're just gonna skip it manually. Okay, so it seems like we just have a square track here. We've played a fair bit of these, so I guess let's see how this compares to the others. This is obviously pretty dang simplistic, though the speed mod does make it kind of fun, to be honest. It's not bad so far. The item boxes look interesting. 5 laps works for sure. It's pretty short. Not the strongest track, obviously, though. It's just a square and doesn't really look the most interesting either. Wow, okay, I just got KCL bugged. Oh, wait, that's off-road and not off-bounds. Pretty much means that you have to drive all the way back. That's an issue for sure. Okay, wow, thank you for that. Am I still gonna win? Think so, yeah. Okay, so this one is gonna get 2 stars. I would have given it 3 stars if there was actually a fall boundary, you know, when falling off, like, the big platform. But instead, you just go on the grass and have to drive back, so I think that's a bit of an issue. Otherwise, it's a fairly fun track, despite it just being a square. Obviously, just not the most interesting though, like neither gameplay wise nor visually, but it's not bad, so it's definitely not 1 star. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna change to King Bobump, and we're also gonna start with the second half of this video, which means our 9th track is going to be Competitive Custom Track. Well, I guess it's time to test this track on its name, if it's really that competitive for this kind of video, I guess. Not really sure if it was meant to be competitive for a random Insane Car Wii video by some drunk dude, but whatever, we'll see how this turns out. Okay, I mean, this looks not too bad so far. Not the most competitive visuals, I'd say, but it looks fine so far. The gameplay is, of course, what matters most, so I guess we'll see how that will turn out. Seems like we got some pretty BC3-esque ramps here. Oh, there seems to be a tiny bit of lag. Yeah, it's just a bunch of, like, really small stutters, which isn't the worst kind of lag, but the lag is noticeable for sure, and also that cannon's pretty slow. Yeah, this does not seem like the most competitive custom track yet, which makes me pretty confused about its name, but there's probably some explanation. Interesting layout, actually. I'm liking the unique design choices, definitely, and it's actually working surprisingly well, despite there being some pretty tight turns. Let's see if this loop works when shocked, I guess. It does! Nice! But this track is very long. That's definitely the main issue here. We're 1.5 minutes in already, and it's only lap 2 now. Wait, why does it always lag when I go on a boost panel? Since when can boost panels cause lag? Is it because of the texturing? I've never heard of anything like this. Boost panels causing lag is kind of crazy, actually. Since when is that a thing? Yeah, look at this. Every time I get near a boost, it lags. My CT creator brain is very confused right now. Otherwise, though, the layout here is fine, to be honest. It's really long. With 2 laps, this will be a lot better, definitely. This track is so strange. I'm genuinely confused by this track. This would actually be such a banger without the lag and with 2 laps. It has a lot of good things, definitely. Also, I wish there were less blind turns. Okay, so I think I'll give this one 3 stars. The layout alone would be 4, but there's definitely a few issues about this, like the lag and the length. It's a good track overall, just pretty unpolished, it seems like. So I feel like if that was fixed, this could be a lot higher. Okay, let's now see what our 10th track will look like, which is gonna be Boomerang Lake. Okay, we have another pretty dang black intro cam, so is this gonna be another infinite one? Is this by the same creator as that square track? Probably isn't. Interesting visuals right here. The texturing kind of reminds me of like Honey Hive Galaxy. Seems to be another relatively simplistic track so far, although there's definitely more going on here than on that one beach track earlier, for example. This episode is very interesting so far, definitely. There's definitely quite a bit of variety here. This track does actually have some pretty good ramps. Wait, what does this say? Go big or go home. The Mega Mushroom now only $4.99. I'll pay for that. Sign me up. Oh, there's an invisible wall there. Okay, I'm just getting wrecked again. Wow. Okay, I guess we're small and flat now. Let's see if we can get past the ramp. Yeah, we definitely can. Okay, I would say this is definitely another 3-star. Whoa! Okay, it just crashed. Well, I'm still gonna give it 3 stars. Not gonna let the crash affect it, but that's very interesting. The crash was probably the track's fault. I don't think InsaneKWii crashes that often anymore, like randomly. But yeah, 3 stars for this track. It's fine overall. Pretty basic, both gameplay-wise and visually, but overall a fine layout. I like the ramps. They're done pretty well, and it's pretty fun to play overall. That crash caught me off guard so much. Okay, we are back at the track selection after crashing. So let's see what our 11th track is gonna look like and if it's gonna crash the game too, I guess. So track number 11 is Toxic Tunnel. Okay, we don't really see the track yet, but at least we have an intro cam here, unlike some of the other tracks like the last one. Okay, this is actually looking better than I thought. Usually when you see nothing on the intro cam, it means that the track is pretty basic and small, but actually there's more going on here than I expected. And it looks pretty nice actually. Seems like they even did some vertex coloring, which is pretty interesting. I don't know how to do that myself, so that's already a bonus point. Track design is once again pretty basic. We've had quite a few basic tracks here. This episode definitely isn't as strong anymore as it was after the first 4 races, but we haven't really had a ton of low tracks yet, aside the lowest of the low tracks, Baby Park. This track is really short, and I'm just gonna lose to the CPUs again. This game's just never gonna change. Wow, the game even wanted to blue shell me too. Anyway, I guess this track is gonna get 3 stars once again. That's like the 3rd 3-star track in a row now, I think. It's fine overall. Has a nice, short, simplistic layout. But that's also like kind of the thing. It's short and simplistic. There's not really much going on. It's once again not really a very exciting track, though the visuals look pretty nice. So yeah, 3 stars it is. Okay, one more race as King Bob-omb, and that is gonna be on Grumble Caves. If I remember correctly, I actually know this track. And if I know this track, then it's made by, I guess it's made by Shield, but it's also made by another person that I probably shouldn't elaborate on further. Yeah, this is the track that I meant. I ranked every track by that second author a while back. I've considered deleting that video, but I don't know, I guess I just kept it up because I didn't really care too much. Anyway, I'll stay objective here, or at least I'll try to. I've played this track before and I think it's pretty good overall. Visuals are not the most detailed, but they look solid, I guess, and the gameplay is solid too. Just has a relatively simplistic layout, not way too much going on, but otherwise it's fine. The model here was probably mostly made by Shield though, because this looks very Blender, and the other guy, that's name I won't mention, is a SketchUp creator. I don't have any major complaints about this one. It's just kind of basic, I guess, but definitely a lot less basic than some other tracks I've played. Like there's some objects, some ramps, some shortcuts. There's definitely some more stuff going on here. So yeah, I'm gonna give this 4 stars definitely. It's a fine track for sure. Looks decent visually, has good gameplay, fun to drive, good length. I'd say it's a good track overall, definitely. But let's just move on to the next track. Okay, so 4 more tracks to go. Our 4th to last track is going to be Pipe Canyon. Okay, we once again see the skybox. That seems to be another pretty common theme today. This episode is very interesting for sure. Okay, once again, surprisingly good visually, though the layout seems to be kind of simplistic as of now. We'll see if that's actually true though. The minimap doesn't always tell the full story. Interesting texturing on this like pipe, I guess. I'm guessing this is a pipe because the track is called Pipe Canyon. This is pretty fine so far. Yeah, it's a pretty simplistic track once again. I don't know how many times I've said that in this video, but I guess we just really do have a lot of simplistic tracks here. Very interesting. It's kind of similar to episode 2 of the first season, aside the fact that the tracks here are definitely a lot more higher quality overall. Like most of them look pretty good visually and don't have that many problems. They're just simplistic, I guess, which is fine. Though we have only had 1 5-star track so far, so I would like to see at least 1 more. Otherwise, that would literally be the lowest number of 5-star tracks ever to this point. So yeah, I guess we'll see if any of the last 3 tracks will fulfill that. Anyway, we're playing Shrek, by the way. I forgot to mention that. And I'm gonna lose to the CPUs here because I'm just dumb and driving like an idiot. Alright, so this is gonna be another track to get 4 stars. Seems like we really have a lot of 3 and 4-star tracks today. This one looks quite good visually. Once again has a relatively simplistic layout, but it's pretty fun. fun. There are some good ramps. It's actually very similar to the previous track that we played in that aspect. I think it's pretty good overall, definitely. All right, 3 more tracks to go for this video. So let's see what the next one's gonna be. And the answer is Flooded Desert. Okay, well, this looks not that flooded yet. I guess maybe it's flooded inside those stone brick thingies. We'll see. At least we actually see the track this time in the intro cam. That's something. Once again, the visuals look a little bit simplistic for sure. Also, where is the water? Is this a clickbait name? Did I just really get clickbaited? Oh, okay, I found the water. But it's just over the cannon, bruh. That's actually kind of dumb. Naming the track after the water and then like only including it as a section that you don't even really play. Also, you're going through the skybox again. Another common theme for today. This track seems to like long straightaways. This once again has a simplistic layout. Do I really just have to say this for every race now? Like, are the last 2 tracks gonna be simplistic too? Well, this one is a bit different from the others because I think its layout is a little bit less exciting and a bit more long stretched for sure. What an episode. Why did this season have to start off in such a weird way? Like, this has got to be the strangest episode so far in terms of like which tracks got picked. Only having one 5-star track would be like so weird too, because like overall the track quality has actually not been that bad. We've had a lot of 3 and 4-star tracks. Like, this is not a terrible track selection, but we may still just get the lowest number of 5-star tracks ever here. I'm curious to see where this will end up when I do like the all episodes ranking, you know, similar to what I've done pretty recently for season 1. Also, come on, let's win against the CPUs here, please. Oh, triple streams. Wow, that's actually very generous, and it seems like that's gonna be enough to win it. Nice. Okay, so this track is gonna get 2 stars. It's once again simplistic, though this time it's definitely a lot more simplistic. The layout is pretty long stretched, quite empty. There's not really a lot of ramps. Actually, I think there's only a cannon pretty much. So yeah, there's not that much shortcut potential either, I feel like. So yeah, but it's definitely not a 1-star track, obviously. A 1-star track does have to be pretty bad. This is overall fine. So yeah, 2 stars it is. Okay, time for our second to last chance to maybe get a 5-star track still. Let's see. So we're playing Jungle Glade. Okay, well, we're getting a 5-star track for sure, actually. I did not expect that. I thought we were actually gonna stay on 1, but yeah, Jungle Glade is literally my top 10 favorite CTs of all time. So, well, actually maybe rather top 20. There's been a lot of really good tracks lately, so don't know if this is still in the top 10, but it's definitely close. Unironically, we might just have the best track of the whole season here. Like, this is not gonna be that easy to beat, okay? I love this track. I love it. This track is perfect. We truly have everything in this episode. We have fucking Baby Park. We have one of my favorite CTs ever. We have a track that fucking crashes after the race. We have a track by that guy. We just had a ton of really simplistic tracks for no reason. There's still one more track after this, of course. Let's see if that will end this off in as weird of a mark as it started. Also, yeah, we actually had a ton of retros at the start. That's something to mention too. Strangest Insane Wii episode ever. It's very nice to play this track. I love this track so much. The track design is awesome. The visuals are awesome. Literally no complaints. I love this track so much. Yeah, I would just not be surprised if this is easily the best track of the whole season. It's not gonna be easy to beat. They'd have to pull up something like, I don't know, Glimmer Express Trains, which could happen, of course. There's always a chance. The chance is pretty small though. Like, this is setting the bar extremely high. I really like how unique the gameplay here is. Really creative layout for sure. I mean, Citrus has always been a top tier custom track creator. Isn't this Citrus's first track? Like, how did he do this? Like, my first track wasn't terrible, but it was nothing compared to this. Yeah, this is just such a banger, and obviously I'm gonna give it 5 stars. That's not even a question. If there was 6 stars, this would be certainly close to it. I'd say this is about as good as Glacier Mine, you know, the best track of the first season. I love everything about this one. The visuals are beautiful, the gameplay is awesome, so many nice design choices, some really great shortcuts. This is a perfect track for sure. Okay, it's time for the last track, which is probably for the best considering how strange this episode is. So yeah, I guess we'll see if we'll end it off on a rather normal note or not. So yeah, our last track for this video is Refresh Road. I really hope this is gonna be refreshing. This episode caused me some brain damage. Okay, thank you for showing me the beautiful skybox. It looks very nice, but okay, we can actually see a little bit of the track at least. Interesting visual style. I'm not too sure what to expect. There were mushrooms though, so if this is a mushroom track, I might maybe like it. Seems to be just that one section though, so it's probably not gonna matter that much, but we'll see, I guess. So far we're off to a good start actually. I'm liking the way that What? Okay, I think that was my fault. I shouldn't have hopped before that ramp, probably. Seems to be a relatively long track. Oh, yeah, it is for sure. But we do have mushrooms, very much. So that's good. And they're spaced pretty well, I'd say. But yeah, it's just one section, and it's a very straight section, so it doesn't really activate my mushroom track bias here. A track would need to have a lot more mushrooms, and also would need to have them in a more complex way. You know, like Dum Dum Islands did it, for example. Okay, honestly, it's not as long as I thought. I thought it was gonna be like 1.5 minutes per lap. That's not terrible then, but it's still kind of long. And yeah, that ramp does work when you don't hop. I'd say this is a pretty good track so far, definitely. I'd say this is actually a pretty good and normal way to end this off. It is actually kind of refreshing, so thank you, Refresh Road. Okay, so it seems like we have a little bit of a shortcut here. Is it shroomless? Yeah, it is. I like that, but it doesn't work very well when you get blue shell midair. I actually wonder who made this. Looks kind of sketch up. Is this also a shroomless shortcut? Oh wow, that was a bit jank. I kind of clipped through the ramp there, but that still worked, so that's fine. Don't let me lose to the CPUs on the last race. Okay, wow. Thank you. Am I actually gonna lose on the last race as well? Just give me a break. Okay, I'm back in first because the guy messed up. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, okay. That did not work as well this time. That's a very weird ramp collision. And I am winning. Okay, I thought I was losing for sure, but I guess that's the Flame Runner being fast. So, our final track of this video is gonna get 4 stars. Honestly, if it was 2 laps and maybe a little bit less jank at some sections, I could consider 5. It does have a good track design. The visuals are a bit basic, of course, but you know, gameplay is what matters. And I think this track has some pretty good gameplay aside length. So yeah, definitely a 4-star track here. Okay, so now that we're done playing all the 16 tracks, it's now gonna be time to rank them all from worst to best. In this episode, one track has received a 1-star rating, so at number 16 we have GCN Baby Park by ZPL. Up next, 2 tracks got a 2-star rating, so at number 15 we have Flooded Desert, and at number 14 we have Skipper Circuit. Then we have 4 tracks that received a 3-star rating, so at number 13 we have Chill Beach, at number 12 we have Toxic Tunnel, at number 11 we have Boomerang Lake, and at number 10 we have Competitive Custom Track. Then an insane 7 tracks have received a 4-star rating. So at number 9 we have DS Airship Fortress by Meta Knight 2550 and MKDasher. At number 8 we have Grumble Caves. At number 7 we have N64 Bowser's Castle R by Golden Zig 23. At number 6 we have Pipe Canyon. At number 5 we have Luminous Level. At number 4 we have Pac-Track. And at number 3 we have Refresh Road. Lastly, only 2 tracks have received a 5-star rating, which is the tied lowest number of 5-star tracks out of any episode. So at number 2 we have GBA Snowland by TheGamingBram. And lastly, at the number 1 spot for easily the best track of this episode, we have Jungle Glade. So yeah, as previously stated, this was an incredibly strange episode for sure. Despite only having 2 5-star tracks, this episode was honestly pretty solid. There were simply a ton of 4-star tracks, and only 3 tracks got a rating below 3 stars. So this was honestly a fine episode, not a super strong one or anything, but I'd say it was like average. Definitely a very strange one though, that's for sure. I've said this many times now and I'm standing with that. Yeah, Jungle Glade was definitely a really good winner for this, but Baby Park, that's a different story. Anyway, I'd say that about concludes the first episode of the second season. If you guys enjoyed this video for some reason, feel free to leave a like and a sub, and also join my Discord server down below in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a very much wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next video, and as always, enjoy Wario on drugs.